And we're back. Sorry about that interruption. My puppy needed some TLC and attention. So she was letting me know, hey, come over here. Give me some love. But we're back. And I don't remember. I got interrupted in the middle of the sentence. Don't really remember what I was saying. But before too many people join this defense pact, we are going to declare the next war for the province with the temple that still has that looted penalty for not too much longer though. And we'll figure out who to give. We're going to figure out who we want to give both of these provinces to in a hot minute, because we're going to give them to the same person. And I'm trying to figure out where all I want to raise the troops from. Because I don't think he's going to be able to get that many up against us. And nobody, even from the little defense pact, is joining. I'm curious. I need to read up on how defense pacts work, because there's one against us. This guy is not in it. Our threat's actually not jumping up too high with these conquests, which is nice. But I do want to know a little more about how they work, because I usually play with them off. And when I do play with them on, I consider them to be a much larger and more serious threat than they apparently are. This is going to be a tad easy. Not sure where the extra 246 troops just came from there. Why that was for their little force of 500 that they sent forward. We'll go ahead and assault. And force demands. We blowing up. We getting big. We're gonna have to create a new vassal for that temple. Let's see what it wants to give our sons now. Still doesn't want to give Ragnar any of these provinces. It does want to give... It wants to give both of the newly conquered to our second son, which I think is odd. I think that's weird. I don't know why it's prioritizing the second son over the fourth son, who's only getting one county and one ducal title. Because now it's deciding that the second son, Emond, is going to get 4 counties. Yeah, 4 counties, the ducal title, and they're going to give him the King of Denmark. It's weird. Doesn't make any sense to me. Not that having that brother get these 2 provinces would be the end of the world, because we don't technically need them in our de jure domain, but we're still going to give them away. We're going to find somebody who's going to be a good, like, Duke level person in this area. This is Finland, I believe. Yeah, it's a 5-county duchy. It's not very strong. Like, Upland is still a better county to have. Ostrogothia is still a better county to have. Even Skane and Westergothia, maybe not Westergothia, but even Skane would be a better county to have than these 5. But Maybe we keep conquering them and see. Maybe we keep conquering them, get the ducal title, and see if pumping out. And oh, but how is this affecting our levy count? I was gonna say, I wonder if we take. So if we take a third province, which we're about to Vasta, we go raiding, form a ducal level title, and see how that shakes up the inheritance with 4 sons. I'd be interested to see that. We still haven't really taken that big of a hit to our levies, and we've been assaulting provinces. We'll leave the Scottish troops behind, send everybody to Åland, and I'm going to send out the invitation to join this war to everyone, and then we are going to need to do some raiding. We want to attack Kemi and Westbothia. We now have a truce against Finland until 789, so we'll take that just before the Viking Age starts. It doesn't look like Tavastia has too many troops, but that defense pact did fire again against us, so we're gonna rush. We're gonna rush across the strait and zerg this province down, and hopefully that will get the defense pact to fuck off again while we take Westerbothnia and Kemi. And if we end up both after hitting those 2 places, that's fine by me, because ultimately our next war is going to have to be against Novgorod, our next conquest, and that's if Novgorod hopefully doesn't take Finland. Oh, yes. Alright, we took our first prisoner in preparation for the Great Blight, or the Great Blot, which we're going to need the piety for. We're almost at 500 piety, so 270, 486, so that's 250 plus 14 is 264. 264 piety to go before we can reform the faith. These defense packs are garbage against mopping up these little these little one county holding people. If we declare war, how much prestige we would lose? 1,200 prestige in lowering all pagan rulers' opinion of you by -25. That's dumb. Lots of people in this defense pack. We still have 43 gold. Somebody inherited something there. I'm just going to clear out all of these notifications. Humming to myself. Thank God we figured out how to stop banging our wife. Because another son would really ruin some things right now. Oh, but we need to figure out what we're going to do with these provinces. We don't want to... frick. Maybe we can give a province to Ragnar. Give him a singular province. And we got to figure out what we're doing with these excess provinces quickly, because we're going to take a levy hit across the board. I know that's the penalty for having, like, being way the fuck over your domain, is you get a levy hit. How close is Emond? He's like 11. We can grant him. We could grant him a title, though. We could give away Denmark early. I don't want to do that, but maybe. I wonder what happens if we give... See, and this is where I need to learn more about Gavelkind, because I kind of want to give Ragnar something in Ostrogothia, but I feel like that might mean his brother ends up with one of the main provinces that we are building the hell up out of. Speaking of which, we're going to get some more buildings built. I think we're going to go for the weaponsmith. I like that. That replenishment rate is fantastic. It's great to have. Let's get a training grounds here. No, we're going to go weaponsmiths across the board. Because I feel like they're going to pay. I feel like. So, something to think about with the replenishment rates is. It's great that the other buildings give you a cap but from a mathematical sense, if you are down, if your levy cap is full, you are wasting manpower because you need to take into account your levy replenishment rate. Like, this is kind of like, you need to think about it like manpower from Europa Universalis, your manpower limit from Europa Universalis. See, Crusader Kings, it doesn't have a manpower limit, but if you're sitting on maximum levies, so right now, and there's the domain hit right there. We went from having 6,700 troops to only being able to raise 4,400 troops. So we need to dump some provinces. But so we're sitting at maximum. We're sitting at maximum levies. That means we're wasting manpower. We're wasting that replenishment rate. We should be aggressive. We should be sending troops out, and they're gonna die. There's no way around that. It's war. So you send them out to die, and then they'll replenish, and that's why you build those replenishment buildings, because those replenishment buildings, because they're working for you anytime one of your counties is not at its cap. They're from an algebraic mathematical sense, they're like building a building that's going to give you thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of levies, unless you are sitting for long, truncated periods of time at your levy limit, and not declaring wars and not being aggressive. That should not be the case if you're playing a Norse ruler. It should definitely not be the case if you're playing a Norse ruler in the early game. So, well, some of these other places, the training grounds, the war camp, the practice range, might give you 40 troops, which doesn't sound like a lot, or 15 archers is like garbage. That's the like I don't build like I want to put more shooters on these streets, but I'm not wasting 300 prestige to get 15 more archers. That doesn't make any sense when 2.5% levy size against that's 25 troops right there against 1,000 troops in the levy. That's 25 troops right there. So certainly not something you want to pass up. The war camp's going to be better. That's 40 troops. The trading grounds, though, some of those troops are going to be heavy infantry if you're doing the math, but that's 42.5% of 40. That's shit. So that's really only one more heavy infantry, but whatever. But yeah, all things to take into consideration. So now that we've taken yet another province, it still appears to want to give all of them to our second son, Emond. Tavastia is going to Emond, and Emond, and he's going to get Denmark. What a little shit. What a... and he's supposed to be the good son. He is supposed to be the good son. Alright, so let's find somebody. Let's dump these provinces. We're going to dump 2 of the provinces. We're going to keep Usama. We're going to keep that one because it's got a temple in it. And for some reason, I feel like controlling a temple gives us more piety, but I could be wrong. I don't know. Um, oh, your vassals do give piety to you. Some buildings give piety to the holder and the holder's liege. Can we build any such buildings? A church, piety to liege, 0.05 per month. Oh, oh, ho, 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 ho. This changes things. This changes things. We need to be. Well, we will after 790 hits. After 790 hits, we're going to be focusing up on some temples. Alright, so on that note, I do need to piss like a racehorse, and I need to grab another beer. So, like and subscribe. We are going to keep up this little war spree, this war path. We're going to do some raiding. We're running out of time. We have 5 years left to pull Scandinavia out of our asses and to reform the faith, hopefully. We need basically 750 piety, and we can reform the faith. I think if we don't reform the faith by 790, I won't be too disappointed. But I do want to. I want to form Scandinavia by 790. I want that to be. I want that to be our goal. So I will be back in just a few minutes. Like and subscribe. Love all you guys, and we'll be right back.